Teaching often feels like juggling multiple crises at once, so when you finally turn to AI for help, it's tempting to just type a quick, single-sentence request and hope for the best. But a vague request yields a vague response. Without context about your specific classroom, the AI is left guessing what your students actually need and what you're trying to achieve. To fix this, use the SPARK framework to lock in your context: situation, problem, aspiration, result, and kismet. Kismet is the long-term positive ripple effect you want to see after solving the immediate issue, like students applying new skills to future essays. By spelling out these exact parameters, you stop treating the AI like a basic search engine and start using it as a deliberate problem-solving partner. Let's look at how this works in practice. Imagine you have a Year 10 history class that freezes up during source analysis. The issue here is a lack of confidence, not a lack of effort.
We can structure our prompt around this. Our aspiration is to build their independence. The result we ask for is a concrete 4-step guide they can use on any primary source. This image is a World War I poster, which we can use as our test case. By telling the AI to act as a history teacher, we can generate a specific scaffold for this poster, breaking the analysis down into 4 clear steps: identifying the type of source, its purpose, its audience, and any inherent bias. The AI applies those steps directly to the visual evidence. It provides a worked example showing exactly how a student should interpret the sleeping figure in the context of American neutrality. Because you explicitly define the problem as a lack of confidence, the AI adjusts its tone and the complexity of its language to give students an accessible starting point. Now consider an administrative challenge, like organizing a cross-curricular project. Teachers are often keen on the idea, but the immediate problem blocking progress is heavy workload and burnout. When setting up your SPARK prompt, you can apply tight constraints. You instruct the AI to suggest activities that are authentic to each subject, yet entirely realistic for teachers who are already overwhelmed. The output gives you a coordinated timeline. Science handles renewable energy models, English tackles persuasive speeches, and history looks at an innovation timeline, all merging into one final exhibition night. Stating those real-world staff limitations up front guarantees you walk into your next meeting with a viable, actionable plan instead of an abstract theory. Finally, let's look at classroom behavior. You might have a Year 11 class that feels like a daily battle. Often, the real issue is a disconnection from the material, rather than a true disciplinary failure. If you were to map this out, how would you define a constructive aspiration and a specific result for a class that is checked out? Your aspiration here is to build relevance into the lesson. The targeted result is 3 interactive activities designed specifically to harness the strong opinions of those difficult students. Here is a photograph of a boy working in a textile mill during the Industrial Revolution. One AI-generated activity is a role play comparing this historical reality to the life of a modern teen, giving students an immediate bridge to the content. By reframing a behavioral issue as an engagement problem, you guide the AI to generate pedagogical solutions that naturally improve classroom relationships. To get the most out of this framework, you have to accurately identify the problem. A common mistake is addressing the symptom, like off-task behavior, when the root cause is actually that the task is too difficult. Watch out for the constraint mistake. Without specifying available time and resources, the AI generates bloated, unusable suggestions instead of a streamlined checklist. Remember, these outputs are just starting points. You still must apply professional judgment to adapt them to your specific context. The core formula remains consistent. Assign a role, set the context, establish your constraints, and define your goal. That is how you get a practical output. By mastering the SPARK framework, you stop reacting to daily fires and start systematically designing long-term opportunities for your students.